It's a tremendous honor to be the president and steward of MSIS at the time of its 25th anniversary. Looking back a quarter century ago, it was a group of interested physicians who really had a dedication to the field of bone and joint infections and saw the toll of human suffering and cost to the healthcare system, and decided to pool their efforts to fight these disease entities. It was a full quarter century ago now that a group of docs with a strong interest in musculoskeletal infections got together to pool their ideas in view of the tremendous toll in terms of human suffering, in terms of cost to the healthcare system, and they decided very wisely to break down the silos that exist in traditional academic settings.
The Musculoskeletal Infection Society started from the investigators who were part of a FDA-sponsored study to look at Septipal. Septipal was gentamicin-impregnated methyl methacrylate beads strung on surgical wire.
The study was basically held as meetings, and we would exchange our findings and discuss our results with each other. It was clear at that time that we learned so much from one another. At that time, John Mader, infectious disease specialist, and Jeanette Wilkins, also an infectious disease specialist, participated. And after each meeting, we would be excited because everybody would learn so much from one another that we decided that we should continue to have these meetings and also present papers.
And there was the 9 original people that were there that helped to form the nucleus of a study group, basically, for musculoskeletal infection. That group went on then to invite other people, and it was a very collaborative group. Even John Mader and George Surdy, if you think about it, was very collaborative. It was an infectious disease person and an orthopedic surgeon.
And then it was clear that we needed to disseminate our knowledge throughout the orthopedic community, because there was a big void at that time in orthopedic infection and management of orthopedic infections.
Well, of course, we wanted to become part of the musculoskeletal specialty societies. We wanted to get big enough to do that, and there wasn't a tremendous interest in infection. So at our first meeting, I was the founding president. We sat down and we tried to figure out what we could do to become more relevant.
The very original component of it, as we looked at the use of Septipal, was to then broaden it out and to look at other areas of studies. Many of us developed a lot of different research avenues.
Subsequently, what happened was that we went ahead and incorporated. Following the incorporation, we went ahead and had annual meetings open to various specialties and subspecialties, and the papers that were submitted were outstanding.
So the group, if you look at the careers of the different members of the original 9 of the Musculoskeletal Infection Society, and then the other members that joined on very quickly after that, we've developed a very large body of work in infection, and I think have dramatically improved the way that we treat patients with musculoskeletal infection.
This has had a number of benefits in terms not only of collegiality, but in terms of improvements in patient care, in practice guidelines, in broad-based consensus documents, in improved definitions of disease. And it's also had the benefit of bringing together experts in this field from across the globe, really, to benefit patients and science.
I was fortunate enough to be involved in the Musculoskeletal Infection Society approximately 18 years ago when I attended the first meeting as a resident. So it's an honor for me to be part of an organization that has been built on the incredible expertise of many leaders in the field.
The future of MSIS, I think, is very, very outstanding, but there's a lot of areas that have really been dramatically impacted in orthopedics with the work that we've done.
At this point, I believe the society's got incredible role to play for the years to come as infection has now moved into the forefront of orthopedic complications.
MSIS has come a long way from those early days, and there is still a tremendous amount of work left to do. We have much to learn about the field.
I think that the future for it is very bright, as the future for orthopedics is, and I think we'll walk along very nicely with orthopedics in that future.
And I think that our challenge going forward is to continue our collegial investigation into these diseases and to try to expand our influence in this area.
So I think MSIS has grown both in caliber and influence in the US and certainly worldwide. This has been mostly because of the vision of the leaders and the work that society has done in terms of disseminating knowledge related to control of infection and treatment of infection. And as infections moved into the forefront of major cause of failure of most of the orthopedic procedures, the mission of the society continues to become more important, and society has certainly gained more traction over the last decade or so.
The organization has grown tremendously. I'm very proud of the younger members who have carried on the banner of the Musculoskeletal Infection Society. We have made tremendous gains and we have grown in stature internationally.
The next thing to conquer is internal fixation infection. Infection in non-implant types of operations. Those are areas to which we literally need to expand greatly so to be able to treat the entire spectrum of musculoskeletal infection. I'm enthused that we have young leaders who want to expand our scope.
And I think that those efforts, if we can continue in that spirit, will honor the founders and the folks who are no longer with us.
The future of MSIS, I think, is very, very outstanding, but there's a lot of areas that have really been dramatically impacted in orthopedics with the work that we've done.
I would encourage you to do all that you can to continue the advancements that have been made in our organization and to stay at the cutting edge of all orthopedic innovation and research in regards to orthopedic infections. To you, we entrust the future of this organization.
We have made some gains over the last few years, some strides, but I think there is a huge area for improvement in the delivery of care to these patients. And now the responsibility is on the shoulders of the young investigators who hopefully will address this problem for the years to come.
You know, looking back at the first 25 years of MSIS, we've come a long way, and our guiding light has really been this collegial spirit. And I think that will be the spirit that drives us forward as we continue to fight this battle. There's much left to be done in the battle against musculoskeletal infections, and I hope that we'll use this guiding spirit to kindle excitement in younger folks who will carry the society forward to greater heights. I think it's a tremendously exciting time in musculoskeletal infections.